What's up, Survivor fans? I'm Ivan.
I'm Brian.
And you're watching another episode of The Tribe Has Spoken. Today we will be reviewing Survivor Season 40, Episode 2.
That's right. So we start out Edge of Extinction Episode 2 on Edge of Extinction with Natalie and Amber. And so they are given this clue to an advantage that they can sell to anyone back on, still in the game. And so Natalie ends up finding it.
In the water well.
In the water well. And she ends up selling it to Jeremy, who ends up getting a nice advantage. We've never seen this advantage before. This one, you can just get up, walk right out of Tribal Council, and act like you were never there.
Like, I'm gonna head out. You know,
exactly.
Peace, kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's a great advantage for Jeremy. I think Natalie knows that Jeremy right now is in the outs for his tribe. And so, yeah, I mean, he ends up buying it, which is technically the token that, you know, Natalie gave him. So he's back to one token.
And she has two.
Yeah, she has two. So we'll see how that keeps affecting her game once she has more tokens, I guess. And so then we move back to the Select tribe. And first off, we see Ben and Denise kind of like interacting together.
Yeah.
And both of them are kind of like, well, Ben is teaching her to look for an idol because, I don't know, were there idols in the Philippines?
Yeah.
But she just didn't find one.
I guess she's never, I don't remember her ever having one.
Okay. Yeah, so Ben was helping her find idols, and eventually Denise came across the idol, and, you know, since Ben was there, she kind of had to show him, but I don't know, for me, it was just kind of like, if she saw it and Ben was like walking in front of her, it's like,
yeah,
you know, kind of like wait a little bit and then just put it in your pocket. But the surprising thing was that, you know, Ben, it was a 2-piece idol. You know, they had to give it to them by sunrise or sundown.
Right, so this half idol is divided between two people, and during Tribal Council, they must come together and use it, and that is the only way that it works. And we've seen this before. We've seen it many times worked against the person who owns the idol and wants to use it. So I understand completely why they brought it back. And also, it's not just another idol to have, because we already have 3 idols in the game so far. Yes. But dividing them, splitting them, so that the tribe members can use them by choice, definitely brings some much needed drama.
Yes. And so Denise started to talk to Adam about it, you know, because I guess Denise and Adam are, I would say, like in a little alliance.
In cahoots.
Yes. And so Denise, out of nowhere, she tells Adam that she's thinking of giving half of this idol to poverty. Which Adam is like, girl, this is this is a bad idea. And I mean, like, Adam's right. I mean, right now at this point of the game, it looks like Rob and Poverty are running the Sele tribe, and so to give something like that to poverty, it would just increase their power.
But I understand where she's coming from because on the Dakal tribe, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Kim ends up finding the exact same split idol. And what does she do? She gives one half of it to Sophie. So she's offering this half idol to somebody that she's not really working with.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what Denise wanted to do. But Adam stopped her from doing that, luckily. And then so now that Denise and Adam, I would rather trust somebody you're already working with than trust somebody that you're not working with.
Yes.
But I totally understand the process of going to someone and being like, hey, here's my trust, here's my half idol, let's work together.
Yeah.
Sophie may not be the right person for Kim to work with.
Yeah.
And we'll see if it ends up biting her in the butt. Hopefully it works out with her favor, in her favor, because I love Kim and I want to see her go far.
Yeah, I personally think that because I mean, right now in this tribe that Kim is in, I don't feel like she's identifying with a whole lot of people. But I think one person that she should have considered giving the idol to was Yul. I think Yul is definitely someone to trust, even though he's kind of like already have a separate alliance.
Yeah.
I think it's a way for Yul to be like, hey, let's include her in this alliance and let's get rid of the other ones.
Yeah.
Tyson
was also another person that she could have easily given it to.
But I don't know, Tyson, I feel like he would like definitely be sneaky about it. I don't know. But yeah, with Sophie, and then right away her saying like, girl, you made the wrong choice in telling me and giving it to me.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully they're okay with this, but
and it puts Sophie in a great spot.
Yeah.
In this game.
Yeah.
So now we go into the challenge.
Yes.
And
so
what do we see?
So they had to like get this like heavy cart through this like obstacle course. They had to put the
like
huge
treasure
trunks.
chest
Yeah,
or
the treasure.
trunks.
Like there were 3, and then they had to
Retrieve keys.
Yeah, well, they had to destroy the card, get it through this fence. I don't know, it's so weird to explain. But get it through this fence, reconstruct the card, get the card through some bumps, and then get the 3 chests on these platforms. And then they had to open the chest, and there were big pieces that they had to do for a circle puzzle.
A giant wheel puzzle.
Yeah, which was weird because like normally like the puzzle would be like either the logo of the season or something, but it was like dragons as if they were in China or something.
So we get there, and automatically Rob looks at the other tribe, and he notices that Amber is gone. And of course he's like, "Oh howdy, oh they voted out Amber." And so I feel like that really affected his game. There was a lot of talk on social media about him like
throwing the challenge
and not caring anymore. I don't think that was the case.
He just sucked.
I think he was just like so in his head that he couldn't think about the puzzle, about how to put a puzzle piece together.
Yeah.
So that ends up creating them to lose.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna go to drop cancel.
Well, before we move on to that, like when they were doing the puzzle, like so we have Sandra and Sophie in the Dakal tribe doing the puzzle, and then we have Rob and Denise doing it for the Sele. So Sandra and Sophie didn't really have like a plan. They just like started putting the pieces together.
Yeah.
And then Rob basically took over and saying, separate the purple pieces over here and then the blue pieces. I think for this challenge, I think that was the wrong strategy because first of all, you take time in dividing the pieces into colors, where the dragons are already separated by the colors, so you don't really need to separate the pieces.
Yeah.
And then that just created more problems for them, and so that's why they eventually lost.
Sandra wins it for the other team.
Yeah, so she's not slacking.
Don't underestimate the queen.
The queen stays queen. And so they end up winning. The reward was some spices, I believe.
Spice kits.
Yeah, what are they spicing? The rice?
Yeah, you can
plant?
do the rice, or
the
like if
fish?
you go fishing.
I guess. Yeah, I was like, okay.
Or if they have chickens. I'm pretty sure chickens are gonna be a reward like soon.
Anyway, yeah, so happy for them. And then we see, you know, the problem starting in
Back at camp.
the Sele tribe. And I guess it starts with Danny becoming a little bit paranoid about this, because she starts noticing that Rob and Poverty are really tight, and
they're excluding her from all the conversations. So she's of course getting in her head.
Yeah.
She's like, oh wait, I'm new school, but yet I'm old school, but old school's like not really talking to me. They're talking amongst themselves.
Yeah, so like,
where does that put me?
The original alliance was Rob, Parv, Ethan, and Danny, because they were the old schoolers.
Yeah.
But since this was happening, you know, she started to freak out, and then she pulls Ben and Ethan aside, not really noticing that Ben was there, and she says to Ethan, like, you know, I feel like I'm on the outs of this alliance, and Ben is like, wait, what? You had a
So you have
old
an alliance.
school alliance?
Yeah.
And so Ethan's like, oh my god, like, girl, like, why are you saying this in front of Ben? And so that just started like Danny's demise, because then Ethan goes to Rob and Poverty, and he's like, Denise is freaking out, and he basically sold us out.
Yeah.
You know, and
Danny.
you know, Danny started throwing Poverty's name out, and so then, you know, Poverty was like, well, last week you threw Rob's name,
Yeah.
and then now you're throwing mine.
So you completely
You know,
just
just
destroy
going
the
against
trust
it, yeah.
of your alliance members.
Yeah.
Which is totally the wrong thing to do. She completely just spazzed out. She freaked out. She got in her head, and she's ultimately responsible for her own ousters.
So now, I mean, obviously we now know that Danny was the one who was voted out, but during the tribal council, it was kind of like Ben who started making the argument about, you know, just paranoia, and God, this tribal was just so messy overall. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of seemed for a moment that the vote was gonna switch from Danny to Ben, because, you know, him talking about this and Poverty and Rob were like,
Yeah.
we're like, I don't know, it's kind of like fun seeing these winners like just like struggle.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they started talking about the idol and everything, and so this is the part that I hated, that Rob was like, okay, everyone empty your bags, and everyone, like an idiot, emptied the bag.
Empties their bag.
You know?
And you haven't. Well, I'm gonna argue with you on this, because you can say, oh, you don't have to empty out your bag if you don't want to, but then that puts the target on you. So it's wiser to just put up with it and empty your bag. Luckily for Denise, I think she had it in the pocket of the front flap.
Yeah.
And I have no idea where Adam had his. Maybe it was back at camp, but if they were closer to Rob, it would have been a completely different story. But they were on opposite sides, and I feel like that kind of saved Denise from being exposed. But to just be in tribal council and be like, all right, everyone, open your bags and see if you have.
It's almost as if he wanted like an iconic moment for himself, which is like, I don't know, like it almost feels like he's doing the same thing he did in Redemption Island. You know, like everyone's just so scared of him. You know, like no one stood up and be like, no. You know. Like Adam was the only one that was kind of like, why are we gonna do this?
Yeah.
But then Rob was like, you have an idol, and then it's like, okay, let me empty my bag.
Well, I mean, it was a big sign of weakness too. I feel like you can say that it showed domination, but I feel like it showed
that he's scared.
That he's, totally scared and fearful of anyone having an idol and anyone pulling one on him. That's why he said, all right, let's see them. But to do that, it was a survivor first. We'd never seen anyone do that before. Speaking of, like, those bags are amazing. They've never had bags like that before.
I know, but I don't know.
So I feel like for survivors,
I don't like them. They're ugly.
I mean, they're ugly, but like for
give them a nice like adventure satchel, like
as opposed
like
to
Indiana
what they
Jones.
had in the past. they're a definite step up.
Cause like they look dirty and their bags are like brand new. Like you know what I mean? It's
Super
like
brand new.
I don't know. Give them just the regular satchel. But yeah, so
Danny gets voted out unanimously by everyone, and she puts her vote on Parvati. And so she has to bequeath her coin to someone, and she chooses
Denise. Surprisingly,
yeah, which is an interesting
it was kind
surprise.
of like, I don't know.
So I don't know if we missed out on seeing any kind of relationship between the two of them, or I don't know if it's a strategy going forward for her. But now Denise has 2 fire tokens
And an idol.
and an idol.
Yeah, I mean it was. I honestly thought that she would maybe give it to Ethan. Because they were part of the alliance.
Maybe
but-
she felt betrayed by all of
True,
them.
yeah.
We don't know. But yeah, and then of course, I mean, she could have given it to anyone. It didn't have to be on her tribe. But I feel like she's just so new.
That she's like,
Yeah, it's just like I'm just
Eeny,
gonna-
meeny, miny, moe.
Yeah, that could have easily been the thing also.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think that's basically it. I think we touched on all the points that happened this episode. We're so excited for this season. I think it's turning out to be a good one.
Super fun.
Every time someone gets voted out, it's probably gonna like hurt because like we love these winners, but I mean we need another 2-time or a first time 3-time winner. Yeah, so it's really exciting.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
Yes. And so thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our channel if you like our video. And please comment your thoughts below, who you think might be in danger, who you think it's gonna go home next week. If you think there's gonna be a tribe swap, because like it can happen next challenge, I don't know. But yeah, just let us know your thoughts below and just stay tuned for more of our videos. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.